Now, and welcome to this tutorial on simple searching. During this lesson you will learn how to use filters with search engines to make your searches more accurate and quicker. You'll learn how to store images in Microsoft 365 and link images using an assets document so you can find them again in the future. Right, some vocabulary for this lesson. You're going to need URL, which is basically a website address. It stands for Uniform Resource Locator, but it's a website address. Assets, in our case it's images, but you can also refer to videos and sound files, etc. Filters are used to narrow down your search so you can find the images easier and quicker later. Right, when using filters with search engines, before you start, search engines are not considered websites, so when you refer to images, don't put the search engine link to the actual websites. More on that later. Some search engines track you for better results, supposedly, and they do. For example, Google tracks you and uses that information to give you better results and sells your information on to other companies, of course. For privacy, use duckduckgo.com. For some reason the school's blocked it at the moment, so I can't show you that one today. When using filters, for example, clipart, the filter for clipart is very, very useful. Returns images that are much easier to trace and much more friendly. So I'll give you an example. In Google I've searched for pug, and there you go, there's a whole bunch of pugs. Some of the filters you can use, so in tools they've got, you can search by size, so you can bring back only the large images so you can get good quality images. You can search for different colours. Don't know how many orange pugs there are. It's probably orange backgrounds. Yeah. Let's just change that back again. Back into tools. Type. We've got clipart, which is what I suggest. Nice and easy to trace if that's what you need to do. The other thing you can do is line drawing, so you could print it out and colour it in if you fancy. Let's just return that to any type. Just change it back. Tools, and then if you wanted copyright free stuff in user rights, go for Creative Commons license, and that'll bring back only images that people are willing to share for you to use. Let's just clear all that lot. So there's some example of some filters for you, just out of interest. These are filters too, so go into all, that removes all the filters, but it filters just by images or filters by videos. So in theory all of these things are filters. Cool. Right, let's return to the presentation. Blah 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 blah. Right, next. Storing images using Microsoft 365. So you could, when doing this, click on the image until you're not on the search engine anymore. I'll show you that in a sec. Save the big image for best quality, and then when you're done, go to your downloads folder, and I'll show you how to upload it into OneDrive. I'm already logged into OneDrive, so I'm going to create a folder called ICT and then drag and drop the image into my OneDrive like this. So let's just click on, let's go for images and go for this pug. So I'm going to click on the image, and now I'm not on Google anymore. I'm on the website, and there's the actual image, so I can save that. So right click, save image as, and I'm just going to dump it in my downloads. There you go, that'll do for now. save. Right, and then I've already logged into 365, into office.com 365, and down the left hand side I've got a bunch of apps. There's Word, and then some more bits and pieces. There's Outlook for email. OneDrive is the one we're looking for. So open up OneDrive. I'm going to create a new folder. So new folder, call it ICT. Okay, there's my ICT folder. I'm going to click on that. So I'm now in my ICT folder, Files, ICT, and then if I go to my downloads, then that's the image of my pug. I'm just going to drag that and let go, drop it into my 365 folder, and there you go, there's an image of a pug dog. Yeah, anyway, right, back to my presentation. So let's just flick through that lot. Okay, oh, that was the last one. Copy the URL, so the address of the image, into your assets document. Right, I'm going to show you how to make an assets document. So I'm going back to my 365 folder, and in OneDrive, go back, and I'm in my 365 folder, ICT folder, and I'm just going to make a new Word document, which is going to be my assets document. So Word, and then I'm going to call it assets. And it's always a good idea to make it into a title. Yeah, make it large. 48, why not? And I'm just going to copy that and put it in there, because it's always a good idea to name your documents. It's quite amateurish to leave them just called document. Right, so having put the title on, I'm just going to change back. Actually, let's not change back. I'm just going to show you what happens if you do not change back. So insert a table, blah blah blah, a whole bunch down by 3 wide. Can you see how the text is really large? So if I highlight that lot, highlight my whole table, maybe a little bit more, and it's going to change that back down to 12 again. Right, that's a little bit better. Right, and then in an assets table, you should use titles like what. So you write down what you're saving. Where is where the URL or the web address goes, and then when, which would be today's date. Okay, let's just make that bold so we know their titles. Okay, cool. Right, so do this right, pug, because that's what I found. Let's just make that a little bit narrower. Make that narrow as well, because that's today's date. Let's just bung in, so 07/09/20, so that's today's date, and my pug dog was on this page, so it was in Wikipedia page, so I'm copying that. Right click, copy, and then in Word just going to paste that in there. Thank you, Word. Control V. Okay. When I press space, can you see it becomes a web address? It turns blue and underlined. Something that students often do is they will copy this address, and it's huge, so when you paste it in a table, let's just bring that in underneath that. Can you see it's way too big? So anyway, copy the address of the website that the image is on. Right, next. So when linking to documents in the assets document, we've been through this. So new Word document, title, H1, I couldn't see that in 365. The table should have 3 columns, don't matter how many rows, but 5 at least. And then table titles, what, where and when, as I've just shown you. Okay, so that's it. In this tutorial I have shown you how to use filters on a search engine, stored images in a folder in 365, and collected the images for an assets document. So I've linked in the assets document. Reason being is that later I can go back and find my images again, which is quite handy because I did manage to accidentally lose all of my images on a project, but used my assets document to find it again. So anyway, your task: use filters to narrow down your search to find an image about your favourite thing. Pugs are not my favourite thing, they're just cute and weird looking. Save the images into your OneDrive, and then copy each address of the images into your assets document, which you're going to create just like I showed you. Right, that's it. Once you've done your task, have a look out the window, and if it's not raining, get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine, walk your dog. Why not? I'm sure my dog needs a walk. Anyway, catch you later.